and all of you are here by electronic means, and all staff are here by electronic means. So I'd like to call this regular council meeting of January 11th, 2022 to order with adoption of the agenda. If someone want to make that motion for me, please. Councillor Sherlett, seconded by Councillor Brooks-Hill. All in favor? Motion's carried. Thank you. Adoption of the minutes from the regular council meeting of December 21. Someone want to make that motion for me, please? Councillor Sherlett, seconded by Councillor Brooks-Hill. All in favor? Motion's carried. Thank you. Any business arising from those minutes? Seeing none, I'm going to move on to announcements from the mayor. Just a couple things. In talking with the community, of course, we know that COVID is amongst us and is rampant. People are vaccinated. However, it is taking its toll. We're seeing it take its toll on people and businesses. So I just encourage people to do what they can to keep themselves safe. And in doing so, they're keeping the community safe best as they can. Also want to mention snow removal crews are out. They're trying to get as much snow off the roads as they can. Trying to keep the drains open in case we start to get some rain. So just asking people, if you're seeing this, please make sure you take your cars off the road. Get them onto your front lawn, whatever you can do to get them out of the way, that would be very much appreciated. Oh, Councillor Rind is here, so thank you for that. Other than that, we're going to now carry on to item 9A, and this is bylaw dealing with single-use plastics. So someone want to put the motion on the table, number 1, please.
I can do that.
All right.
That single-use item regulation bylaw number 2263 be adopted.
There's a seconder for the motion. Councillor Sherlett. Any discussion on the motion? This is something that is nice to see coming to fruition. So I'll call the question. All those in favor? Motion's carried. Thank you. Moving on to item 2. And there is the and that and the and that as well. So if someone want to make that motion for me, please.
I'll make the motion that single-use item regulation bylaw number 2263 be enforced as of July 1st, 2022, following an engagement period with local businesses, and that the Revelstoke Chamber of Commerce be provided with the digital education materials to share with their members, and that the digital education materials be made available to all other stakeholders.
Thank you, Councillor. Is there a seconder for that motion, please? Councillor Sherlett. Any discussion on any parts of that motion?
Mayor Sulz,
Councillor Palmer and then Councillor Sherlett.
Because I put the motion on the table, I just took out the word robust. I think it's been an overused adjective recently, so I just took that out. The engagement period, I'm assuming, will always be robust.
Good. All right. Thank you for that. Councillor Sherlett.
Thanks, Your Worship. I'm just glad to see this coming forward. I really appreciate the materials that have been made ready for this discussion in our community. I think it'll be a great thing to add to our conversations this summer as we welcome guests back into our community, hopefully. And I appreciate the process that this has gone through to get to this point. I know it seems symbolic in a lot of ways with all the work that our country and nation is doing right now. And the fact that most of our businesses are already in conformance with this, I believe. But I still think it's important that we put these values on paper and we have something to have a discussion with customers about. It makes it more of an engagement or an educational opportunity, especially with bringing your own tools so that we're not using so many single use, no matter what material they're made out of. So thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments from councillors? Seeing none, I will call the question. All those in favor? Opposed? Motion's carried. Thank you. Moving on to item 9D. Someone want to put that motion on the table for us, please?
I'll do it. The council procedures amendment bylaw number 2317 be read a first, second, and third time.
Seconder for the motion, please. This is dealing with electronic, Councillor Brooks Hill, thank you. Dealing with electronic presence for meetings with committees. So thank you. Any comments from council on this? Seeing none, I will call the question. All those in favor? Opposed? Motion's carried. I have a secondary motion that I would like to put on the table and have seconded. So it's dealing with council meetings. And so I'll just read this out. And if some of you or one of you are inclined to second it, I'd appreciate that. That limitations on electronic attendance at council meetings by council members shall not be enforced until February 28, 2022, in an effort to ensure the safety of community members, council, and staff from the risk of transmission of COVID-19, and that consideration of the need to extend this relaxation on electronic attendance limitations be considered at the February 22nd, 2022 regular council meeting. Does someone want to second that motion for me, please? Councillor Palmer. Any discussion on that motion? I'm bringing that forward because I want to make sure that we keep everybody as safe as we can, and this, I believe, will at least try and keep us safe, and hopefully we won't have issues with COVID amongst our group. However, just want to bring that. Any comments from any other councillors? Councillor Palmer.
Mayor Sulz, yeah, I think that's good and it's prudent. I would be open to even have it extend a month beyond that. This is good, but if we want to do it, either as a friendly amendment or whatever into March, I would be fine with that. But I'm good with this as it is as well.
Okay. So I'm okay with this, and then we'll relook at it in February. I'm assuming, Councillor Palmer, that we probably will need to extend it, but I'm okay with this for the present time. Any comments from other councillors? Seeing none, I'll call the question. All those in favor? Opposed? Motion's carried. Thank you all. Ms. Rousseau, Ms. Floyd, do we have any questions from the press?
We do not, Your Worship.
All right. So I'm going to ask for termination of the meeting. So if we could terminate the meeting, and then I'll just have a brief word with council. Someone want to make that motion, please? Councillor Charlotte, seconded by Councillor Brooks Hill. All in favor? Motion's carried. Thank you. This meeting is now terminated. So, Ms. Rousseau, could you start?